Is that Yankees mug in honor of
Yogi Berra. It's in honor of I'm thirsty. Welcome everyone to another segment of Burnt Coverage. I'm your host Curtis.
And I'm Joel.
And we're here breaking down your defense and kicker plays for week 3 of the NFL season for daily and weekly leagues such as FanDuel, DraftKings, Yahoo, etc.
If anyone has played, I don't mean to interrupt, but if I haven't played the Yahoo, if anyone has played Yahoo, I would love to hear some feedback because it's such a completely different setup. They're dealing with a $200 salary cap, so I would love to hear from you guys as to your experience. So,
please, yes. And do you want to go ahead and start off with your?
Yeah, we're going to do defenses. All right, so I'm going to keep on rolling it out there. I am all in on the New England Patriots this week, so I'm all in on the Pats defense. Playing Jacksonville Jaguars. So some quick stats on New England. They're 6-0 at home against Jacksonville. The last 5 of them they've won by double digits. Blake Bortles has been sacked at least 4 times in 8 straight games prior to last week's win at Miami. And sacks or points. Jacksonville has given up the 4th most fantasy points to opposing defenses this season. That coupled with a little side note not having to do with anything, but Brady's going to go for his 400th career touchdown pass this week. He needs 1 more. That's a very elite group. So I think New England will have a little more fuel in the furnace. And I think they're going to put their foot on the gas and they won't stop this week. And I feel bad for Jacksonville. And prices, let's do some prices. FanDuel, they're going for $4,700. DraftKings, $3,100. Go Pats.
So in our we have a constant in our segments this week is the 60-0 New England over Jacksonville. I don't really see it that way. I think Jacksonville will put some points on the board.
38 to be exact.
It's hard for me. 38.
You said 38 points.
They'll score.
You say they will score.
They will score.
From 38 points.
Yeah, don't quote me on 38. But it's not going to be 60
in
to 0.
under 5
It's not going to be 60-0. I hesitate sometimes playing really high offenses, defenses. I know it can lead to interceptions and sacks and things like that. But I honestly think Jacksonville will put up a fight. They're not as bad a team. They're not a team everyone watches. They've played well. They're 1-1. A lot of teams aren't 1-1 who would not be good.
They are tied for first.
So,
but I mean, I don't know. I understand the whole garbage time argument, and I'm always one to try to capitalize on the garbage time, but I think that needs to be the right play. And with a young offense that is not quite as developed in the Jacksonville Jaguars, I think you're going to lead. They're going to tend to get a little too tense when they're down by 30 points, and Bortles will overthrow some guys, and I think that leads to a pick 6 or 2 for the New England defense. So yes, the possibility exists for Jacksonville to score 2 touchdowns, but that does not scare me. I don't envision them getting many yards.
So 60-14 we're at now?
No. The possibility exists for them to score 14 points.
Okay.
I'm still sticking by 60-0.
We'll let Joel go for the high-end defenses. I like to pick on the low-end side, and one of mine today is the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons facing a very tough test of Brandon Weeden and whoever the fuck the Dallas Cowboys want to roll out at running back this week. Atlanta's actually been pretty good. They're one of the least heralded defenses coming into the season. However, they are 2-0. They beat a supposedly decent Philadelphia offense. And also last week beat a fairly decent New York Giants offense. And this is probably the worst offense they faced, with Dallas missing Romo and Dez Bryant. I see Atlanta going up fairly quickly, having a handle on this game throughout. Don't be surprised if there's a pick 6 with Weeden back there. We're gonna have a lot of fun at this price of $2,900 in DraftKings and $4,300 in FanDuel. It's gonna give you a lot of room to play some other plays. I think this is a very safe pick this week.
Little known fact, you know who else is betting against Brandon Whedon this week?
Who?
His mother.
Really?
Yep, his mother is not even a fan of him.
Wow, that's rough.
You heard it here first.
Oh, I gotta post this. Have you seen the Brandon Whedon American flag picture? I gotta get this. I'll put this up on the site tonight before I start editing.
God,
It's fantastic. It's almost as good as the Matt Leinart bong toke picture.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'll put it up both just for the kids.
That'll be a flashback.
There you go.
All right, next. All right, so I've already been mocked for going high with New England, so why not continue that trend? I'm going to go Seattle Seahawks. The 0-2 Seattle Seahawks. All right, so they're playing the Chicago Bears this week. Seattle Seahawks 0-2, but this is their home opener, and we all know the 12th man will be in effect this week in Seattle. Seattle has 26 wins out of their last 28 home games. 26 out of 28. That's astronomical. Seattle. So the past 2 weeks, Seattle's blown fourth quarter leads in their 2 losses, each time giving up an 80-yard drive that resulted in a touchdown. You know how you fix that? You give one of the best safeties in the game the money that he wants. And we all know the heralded return of Cam Chancellor to Seattle today, I think it would happen. So he will be on the field this weekend. And you know what is even better than adding one of the best safeties in the game to your team? It's playing the Chicago Bears. You know it's even better than adding one of the best safeties in the game and playing the Chicago Bears in Seattle? It's playing the Chicago Bears who are starting Jimmy Clausen. Jimmy Clausen, I was very high on 3 years ago. I might have been drunk. I apologize, but I've not been high on him since then. And Jimmy Clausen is probably one of the few downgrades in fantasy quarterbacks from Jay Cutler. So this is another game. I don't envision this to be a high-scoring game, but I don't envision Chicago putting up any points at all. And I just think the emotional aspect of the Cam Chancellor return and this being the home opener is going to be they're expensive. They're going for $3,400, but I think they're worth a penny.
And as hard as it is for me to spend that much on Seattle, they're damn near the lock of the week.
Yeah.
I think I can't see any scenario where Jimmy Clausen comes out firing and surprises his defense.
And no scenario in which Seattle starts the season 0-3.
Yeah.
At all.
No.
At all.
Especially at home. And you mentioned that Cam Chancellor got paid. He actually didn't get paid, which I think he's just coming back to the team.
Oh, really? For the same contract?
Yeah. But I think that actually helps them too because Cam's out trying to get his contract. So
wow. So he just took 8 weeks off.
Yeah,
good for him.
And didn't get paid $200,000 a game.
Wow.
For $400,000. I guess you can just leave that behind. I don't know.
I wish I was a better football player.
I wish I was a better anything. Also, I did want to note, because I'm high on Seattle this week, I'm playing them. Seattle's averaging 11.5 points a game on DraftKings. Even in these games they're losing, they're still performing.
They're still putting up the points.
And they have Tyler Lockett, who's a great
the
return man.
The special teams, like they're losing the games, but the special teams are really stepping it up.
So really solid play.
Yeah.
And speaking of solid plays, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and
Jacksonville Jaguars.
no.
Come on, go for it. Come on.
Am I that predictable? No.
Damn.
I'm gonna choose the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I had no idea that was coming. That's awesome.
Yes, Tampa Bay Buccaneers for once again. Truth be told, high on Seattle. I'm having a hard time playing anybody but Seattle. But to make segments a required length, I have to pick one more defense. And that defense is going to be the Buccaneers. But I can't explain why I'm picking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as a quality defense to play this week. They're not playing a very good offense, as we've seen. They're either going to start Mallett or Hoyer, probably Mallett. as their quarterback. They don't have Arian Foster back. Chris Polk and Alfred Blue have been horrendous, and DeAndre Hopkins is going through concussion protocols. Even if he does play, there's still enough on this offense, or not enough on this Houston offense, to make me think that the Bucs defense could be successful. They still have Gerald McCoy and Levante David. They are coming off a very strong win against a, I think, much better New Orleans offense. The Bucs played in New Orleans to beat them. They're playing in Houston. I don't know if the Bucs will win or not, but I think they'll be competitive enough for their bottom barrel, low price, cheapest on DraftKings, $2,500, only $4,100 in FanDuel. I think this is a really safe way to go this week and save a lot of money if you're trying to squeeze in some big plays.
I don't know. I would take a little bit of issue saying that the Saints are more talented than the Texans are.
I mean, offensively, Breeze to Mallet, who wins that? It's like
Breeze is showing his age this year. I don't know, but Houston's defense, and to touch, DeAndre Hopkins has been a beast. But I think a very, very unheralded player this year is Cecil Shorts. Hopkins had 12 targets last week. Cecil Shorts had 11. Mm-hmm. I mean, he hasn't gotten the numbers yet, but he's getting the volume, and I think I'm not ready to jump on that yet. But one of these weeks, Cecil Shorts is going to blow up, and I think Ryan Mallett is a huge upgrade over Hoyer at quarterback.
Well, I'll say if DeAndre Hopkins is out, and Cecil Shorts will be covered by Alteron Werner, I think that caps the Cecil Shorts thing. Nate Washington also in week 1 had a 100-yard game. So, wait, am I going for or against the Texans? Anyway, we're talking about a very low-end play. You're like, oh shit, I gotta pick a defense. How much money do I have left? I only have $2,500 in DraftKings. I only have $4,100 in FanDuel. I don't think it's a terrible pick.
J.J. Watt may kill Jameis Winston this week.
Oh, there goes another Bucs year.
No, the Bucs would probably improve. Who's their backup?
Mike Glennon.
They would definitely improve.
I think you're so low on Winston. I'm telling you.
It's terrible.
The time's coming.
His time was.
Well, thanks again for another episode of Buccaneer Burnt Coverage. I'm your host, Curtis.
And I'm Crab Legs.
And Crab Legs and I can be found at burnt_coverage on Twitter and Facebook, Burnt Coverage. You're watching the YouTube video, and we hope you win some money this week.
So do I. I mean me, not you.
I hope we all win money.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week. Good luck.
On the couch.